Welcome back, everyone. Today we are welcoming Scott Mason here into our show. He is the Region 6 Administrator for the Environmental Protection Agency. That region includes all of Texas. Scott, welcome to our show, and thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Will. I appreciate you having me today.
You know, we have concentrated so much coverage recently about the floods that happened just last month in South and Central Texas here. So it's our understanding the EPA has assisted with some of the emergency response to that.
Right.
Can you talk about what role the agency played in it?
Absolutely. That's a great question. First of all, I want your viewers to know that our heart continues to break for all those families that were affected by the Central Texas floodings last summer. A lot of lives impacted. I know Region 6 in our office in Dallas, a lot of people were personally affected and knew some of the victims. So my heart continues to go out for them and say prayers for them. But I will tell you that the Trump EPA has really leaned in on emergency response. We want to be known as an agency that you can rely on and depend on when an emergency occurs. And we did that when the Hill Country started having the floods last summer, and immediately we deployed on-scene coordinators to the Emergency Operations Center here in Austin that the state runs, working with TDM as well as TCEQ. And then we also deployed on-scene coordinators to Kerrville and Centerville and some of the affected communities that were affected by the flooding. But you know what we do is we coordinate with FEMA, we coordinate with TCEQ on basically you know, water issues, any kind of environmental impact. If there is a need there, we're going to deliver on it. And so that's what we did last summer. But very serious situation that we hope we never see again. But if it does occur, you can count on the EPA. And we had a similar instance here a few weeks ago where EPA did deploy someone to a technical expert, actually this time, to Austin to the Emergency Operations Center. So we're always on guard. And I will tell you too, Will, that our Emergency Operations Center in Region 6 is actually in downtown Dallas at my office. And we operate that 24/7, 365. There's never a day or a moment that we don't have someone who is manning the phones, who is ready to deploy at a moment's notice, our on-scene coordinators, if needed, anywhere within our Region 6 states.
What role does the EPA play in perhaps dealing with all the debris that has been a part of this flooding?
That's right. Debris removal is a huge part of that, and that is one thing that we coordinate with our contractors. We also work with TCEQ to manage what exactly needs to be cleaned up. There's some things that don't fall into our category, and then there's other things that are hazardous that certainly would.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has requested a major disaster declaration from President Trump to help free up some funding to assist with the flooding response. The governor is still waiting on that at this time. We've been asking some questions about that, but I'm wondering, even without that major disaster declaration, does that affect at all what the EPA can do in terms of helping with the flood response?
Well, what the EPA does is we will respond as quickly as need be. So we don't necessarily wait on a disaster declaration. That's for more long-term planning. But when there is a disaster that occurs, the EPA will be there.
All right. So is there anything that EPA is looking at to prevent future flooding here in Texas and maybe across that region that you said is in multiple states here in the South?
Well, I would tell you that the best thing that we're doing right now is we are continuing to coordinate and work with what I call under the umbrella of cooperative federalism, working with our other federal sister agencies, but also working with TCEQ. We plan, we coordinate, we do disaster drills all the time, so that when disaster does strike, we can get better each and every time.
Okay. There is something else I wanted to ask you about as well that's separate from flooding. The EPA is proposing some changes to rules that affect diesel-powered trucks specifically.
That's right. Yes, sir.
The biggest change would involve DEF, which stands for diesel exhaust fluid.
Yes.
What is exactly being proposed to change there?
This is very exciting. This is a historic proposal. We have been hearing for the last year since we came into office about all the issues that are plaguing farmers, the agriculture community, truckers, industry in general, anyone who drives a diesel-powered vehicle, because they get an automatic deratement. And what happens when that occurs on your vehicle is if you are running low on diesel exhaust fluid, which is required for diesel vehicles, that your vehicle automatically slows to maybe 20 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour. You can be stranded in the field if you're plowing. You can be stuck on Interstate 35 through Austin if you're driving your diesel-powered semi-truck through town, whatever it may be, it's really caused a lot of issues for anyone driving a diesel vehicle. So I'm excited to say that we proposed a new rule that we're currently in our 45-day comment period, and we encourage Americans to get out there and comment. Let us know your thoughts, your suggestions, and you can do that at regulations.gov or EPA.gov. But under our proposal, DEF deratements would be a thing of the past. You would simply get like when your seatbelt light comes on in your car, or check engine oil light, some kind of hazard light or an audible signal to know that, hey, on your own time you can deal with it, but you're not at the whim of your diesel vehicle that'll just shut down automatically or derate. So to me, it's really exciting, and that's what farmers and ranchers have been asking of us, people driving semi-trucks. But this EPA, under President Trump and Administrator Zeldin, we are listening and we are delivering, and this is a prime example of that.
Before you got here today, this particular topic was not familiar to me, but I was doing some research, and some critics are arguing that, and their concern would be that changing this in any kind of way might create more harmful emissions going into the air and atmosphere.
Sure.
So I'm curious about what your response would be to some of those concerns.
It's simply not true, because we're not doing away with DEF. We are taking this as far as the law will allow us to take it. And at the end of the day, we're looking out for the everyday American, but at the same time, we're still protecting the environment. There is no compromise there. And the Trump administration will continue to protect the environment. Clean air, land, and water, that's our #1 pillar, and that's what we're focused on.
Well, Scott Mason, we'll have to have you back here on our show
You
at
bet.
some point to talk about a few other topics, but thank you again for joining us today.
Thanks a lot, Will. I appreciate it.